There is no arguing with algorithms, with artificial intelligence, which is not intelligence at all, certainly artificial, as we know from the fact that it is an artifact of programming by, in this case, what I would term lefty hacks, ideologues, apparatchiks of a woke agenda. So YouTube is not entirely incorrect in wanting images of oppression to not be available to children. They don't want it available because it's upsetting, and that's this particular generation's bugaboo is nothing can be upsetting. What kind of a man is that going to make? What kind of an adult woman is that going to make? Well, the kind you want, highly controllable. So their algorithm flagged and already censored. Already the images were muted, but it came up again and they flagged it for age restriction. And I changed it even more. I censored it, the images, muted the images even more. And immediately, as soon as it went up as age restricted, which tells me that it's been flagged. Just the name or the description or the whatever the pattern of electronic signals is, whatever the pattern is, it's just not going to go up. So it already is up on YouTube 6 months ago, however long ago. I don't know why. I expect that eventually the algorithm will catch that as well. But it's on Rumble, uncensored. So I'm going to put the link in the description. This is something that needs to be seen. Sometimes I play that character and I say things in a very extreme way. And that's what satire is. One of my manifestations of satire is that guy, almost autistically unrelenting. But I'm not going to fight YouTube. I can't win. There's no human being there to fight. But I recommend Tiananmen Square to be aware of that, because that's the world we live in. And the fact that it's 35 years ago now, it doesn't make it one bit less irrelevant. It's deeply moving to me. If I see this video again in a certain mindset, a softer mindset, it just ruins me. There are a few like that just, I can barely watch it because it's so human. Now, I'm not talking about what I have done, but that event, it's just one of many, many, countless. But how many of those countless events do you even know? Well, this is your opportunity. It's history, the old history by now, but absolutely necessary because we're seeing it. That's what October 7 was. Yeah. So I'm commending myself to you to actually see it because it's age restricted. It's not going to show up. I'll just say, as a human being, nothing that I do here, none of the over 100 videos, very few, and I think it deserves better, but I'm not a marketer. I don't have any common sense at all when it comes to, hey, look at me. I expect things to commend themselves, and they don't. And I'm just a fool in that regard because I'm an idealist. You wouldn't know it. Talking a little more freely than I usually do. But my point here is that I expect this particular video will not be flagged, but it's also not direct. It's indirect. It's a recommendation. You've got to go one more step. And I would expect it might be an interesting artifact to see if YouTube flags this again. Flags this. Well, you wouldn't know about it if it flagged this. It'd be interesting to see if the video on YouTube that is not censored is still up. Well, then that'll tell its own story, but it will be available on Rumble in the link. I barely know what Rumble is, but I've been putting my videos up there as well. All right, well, this is me as a human being for once saying thank you and have a good evening.